good morning. So, if there's one thing that we humans love to do is give meaning to things that happen to us, and we do that knowingly and unknowingly. I think we do this because as humans, uh, we understand things through stories. Like it's easy for us to make sense of what's happening to us if 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 we put that thing in a timeline or in the form of a story. That's very easy for us to understand, because if you look at the Bible, it's it's made up of stories. I'm not commenting anything good or bad about the Bible, but I'm just saying the Bible is made up out of stories, and these stories are helping us to make meaning out of life. And giving meaning to things that happen to us is not necessarily a bad thing. It can actually be an advantage, but at the same time, it can be a disadvantage, because most of the times the things that we tell ourselves are negative things. I think we do this because we are trying to survive, and in us trying to survive, we want to avoid the bad things. Like, imagine today, of all the things that are going to happen for you, at the end of the day, the things that you are going to think of the most are the bad things, because you want to think of these bad things, because so that next time you can improve, so that next time you can make better choices. That's the reason why we dwell or we focus on the negative things, so that we can avoid those things, so that we can survive them next time. But this is this is also not a good thing, because when we are always thinking of the bad things, again, next time it makes us avoid these things. Like, for example, let's say uh you approach a girl, and for whatever reason this girl or somebody is having a bad time, and the response that they give you is not that present, or you feel embarrassed because of the way they responded to you, which gives you questions. Am I that bad, or do I you it gives you second thoughts, like, should I even be approaching people? When you come to think of it, like, that person responded to you because they're having responded to you in that way because they're having a bad day. But being a human that you are, altogether you start avoiding interactions with people because of that thing that happened to you, or that bad incidents, or when you didn't really connect well with that person. So you start avoiding people all in all, when it's just because of one person. So you give yourself meaning to say, uh, I'm not that cool. That's a meaning that you give yourself. This happened to me because I'm not that cool. And then you start avoiding interactions with people, and you end up alone. Time goes, years and years, years and years, you're single. You avoid making connections with people who would help you with opportunities, who'd help you with other things, all because you gave yourself a negative meaning to something that happened to you. So there are many things that we miss in life. Could be opportunities, could be doing things we tell ourselves, I'm just naturally bad at maths, I can't do maths. Or because of this one time when you didn't really understand a concept. That's again giving yourself meaning to something. Yeah, it goes on and on and on and on. But again, you can twist the same thing. Like you tell yourself, you know what? Uh Somebody didn't respond to you well because they're just having a bad day. Or maybe that's just who they are. Or they're just a psychopath. You give yourself these meanings. You try a project, you tell yourself, you fail, you tell yourself this is just a learning phase. You lose money in trading. I've heard of a story where I've heard of a story of a girl who is a forex trader, or let me just say a trader. Yeah, trades futures. She trades futures, and every time she loses money, she tells herself, uh, "Oh, I'm just paying my taxes for learning this." And she keeps coming back to it, and she's getting better and better at it every day. But imagine if it was somebody else. They they lose their first money and they stop. They say, I'm not just meant for this. Forex is not just for me. Because the truth is, I'm not just talking about Forex, but everything in life. I'm very sure that you won't get what you want the first time you try it. You have to try a couple of times before you get what you want. I guess you get the point that I'm trying to tell you. The meaning that you give yourself to things that happen to you in life will affect you positively or negatively. So, all I'm trying to say is let's try to give meaning to things that happen to us, meaning that will help us progress, meaning that will help us move forward. That's what I'm trying to say.